There are literally hundreds of thousands of athletes with trading cards, but only a tiny elite group have a card that has sold for over $1 million. Today we're going to go through every single one of them, so buckle up. Let's start where it all began, with baseball. Our first inductee to the $1 Million Club is Reggie Jackson, with his 1969 Topps rookie card. Reggie Jackson was one of the most feared hitters of his generation, and this is his only true rookie card. You can find thousands of copies online, but only one is graded a PSA Gem Mint 10, and that one sold for $1 million. The set was notorious for bad centering, print defects, and chipping. So for one collector, the pursuit of perfection was worth 7 figures. Next up, a global superstar, it's Shohei Ohtani. In 2024, Topps released this one-of-one Dynasty 50/50 autographed relic card, and the hype was insane. It features a clean on-card signature and a piece of game-worn memorabilia, and as always with Topps Dynasty, the card is ultra-premium. The 50/50 theme is symbolic too, with the card tied to a 50-homer, 50-steal season. In March 2025, it sold for just over $1 million. Now time for one of the most collectible athletes in the world. With 4 cards selling for over $1 million, it's Babe Ruth. Let's start with 2 from the 1933 Goudey set, the red number 149 and the yellow number 53. The 1933 Goudey set is legendary. It was the first major gum card release of the Depression era, and it changed the game. Bigger cards, full color, and player bios on the back. 4 different Babe Ruth cards were printed, but we're focused on these 2. The yellow number 53 is the most desired. It isn't especially rare in low grades, but high-grade copies are a different story. In 2021, the only PSA 9 copy sold for $4.2 million. Then there's the red, number 149. Same story with the population of high-grade cards, the highest being an 8.5 with 3 of those in existence. One of them sold for over $1.6 million in 2024. With 2 more Ruth cards to cover, let's move on to the 1916 M1014 Sporting News card. This was Ruth's debut in a nationally distributed set. Just a small black and white photo, thin white border, and the caption. It captures Ruth at the very beginning, before the home runs, before the records. The 200 card set was issued in 2 versions by the Sporting News. One version had an advertisement on the back, while the other had a blank back. It wasn't packed in gum or handed out in stadiums. It was sent out in mail order fashion and used by various companies as a promotional tool, which means it wasn't mass-produced and is rare in any form. Both versions of the card have topped the $1 million mark, but the most valuable is a blank back, with just 6 versions ever graded by PSA. In November 2021, one of those PSA 7s sold for $2.4 million. Our last Ruth entry is the 1914 Baltimore News card. It might be the rarest and most historically significant baseball card ever produced. Issued by a local newspaper in Baltimore, it shows Ruth as a pitcher for the minor league Orioles before he ever played a single major league game. It's the earliest known card of baseball's greatest icon. It predates his famous 1916 Sporting News rookie by 2 full years. It was printed on thin newspaper stock and distributed only in Baltimore, so it was rare even back then. Today, less than 10 copies are thought to remain. And of course, most are in rough shape. This is one of 2 SGC3 versions of the card with only 1 grading higher. It was collected by a paper boy who delivered it in 1914 and held in his family until 2023, when it sold for $7.2 million. We fast forward 110 years for our next card and member of the $1 Million Club. It's 2024's number 1 draft pick, Paul Skenes, and his 2024 Topps Chrome Update MLB debut patch auto 1/1. Paul Skenes is one of the most hyped pitching prospects in years, and this is his ultimate card. It features a patch taken straight from his actual debut jersey. Quite the contrast from those Babe Ruth cards. In March 2025, it sold for $1.1 million, and not to a private collector, but to Dick's Sporting Goods. Nevertheless, it's a big price to pay for a player at this stage in his career. You wouldn't expect a player you've never heard of to make this list, would you? Well, have you heard of Joe Doyle? Probably not, and understandably so. Joe Doyle wasn't a Hall of Famer, not even close. So how did one of his cards make this list? With one of the rarest printing errors in the hobby. Let me introduce you to the 1909 T206 Joe Doyle Hands Up Error card. It looks like a normal card at first glance, but he was mistakenly listed for the National League Giants when he actually pitched for the American League Highlanders. Production was corrected quickly, making the error version exceptionally rare. Fewer than 10 authentic copies are known to exist. In 2022, a PSA 2 copy of this ghost card sold for just over $1 million. Of course, this isn't the only card from this iconic set to grant access to the $1 Million Club. This next card needs no introduction. The 1909 T206 Honus Wagner. This is a story of extremely limited supply. Production of the Wagner card was halted almost immediately. Only around 200 are believed to have ever existed, and fewer than 75 have ever been authenticated. The story goes that Wagner, one of the game's biggest stars at the time, objected to his image being used to promote tobacco. Some say it was about money, others say he didn't want to encourage kids to buy cigarettes. Whatever the reason, his card was pulled. That created instant scarcity. And over the last century, it turned a tiny tobacco insert into arguably the most sought-after baseball card ever made. Even heavily damaged versions have sold for millions. One copy, with a large crease and trimmed edges, still sold for over $3 million. But in 2022, an SGC2 sold privately for $7.25 million. And now our final $1 million athlete from the T206 set. This is the 1909 T206 Ty Cobb, but there's a bit of a catch. On the front, it looks like a normal Cobb card, but the back is what makes this card so valuable. Instead of a regular cigarette ad, it reads, Ty Cobb, king of the smoking tobacco world. His own personal brand. Only 24 are known to exist across 4 Cobb poses. It's a perfect storm, a legendary player, an ultra-rare back variation, and from one of the most iconic and difficult-to-complete sets in the hobby. In 2022, one of these sold for $1.2 million. Next up, one of the best all-around players of his generation, Mike Trout. And he has not one, but 3 cards in the $1 Million Club. Let's start with his 2011 Topps Update Platinum 1-of-1 rookie card. This is the holy grail of Trout's rookie set with Topps. No patch or autograph, but it's a true 1-of-1. And when you combine that with Trout's star power, you've got yourself a $1 million card. Next is his 2009 Bowman Chrome Draft Red Refractor autograph, numbered to just 5 copies. This card comes from Trout's true rookie autograph set and is one of the most coveted parallels. This particular card, number 5 of 5, was graded a BGS 9.5 with a perfect 10 autograph. It sold for $400,000 in 2018, then jumped to over $900,000 in 2020, and finally sold for almost $1.1 million in 2022. A fine example of how high-end Trout cards have appreciated over time. And then we have the big one. The 2009 Bowman Chrome Draft Prospects Superfractor Autograph 1-of-1. This is Trout's ultimate grail. It's the most famous modern baseball card ever made and one of the most valuable cards in history. It's a true 1-of-1 Superfractor with his on-card rookie autograph, graded a BGS 9 with a perfect 10 signature. The seller purchased the card for $400,000 in 2018 and sold it just 2 years later for $3.9 million. Now that's a good bit of business. Let's finish the baseball section with the most famous name in the hobby, Mickey Mantle. First up is his 1951 Bowman rookie card. This is Mantle's true rookie, his first appearance in a major baseball card set. It comes from the 1951 Bowman release, known for its understated, hand-painted style. While it doesn't get quite the same mainstream attention as his 1952 card, serious collectors know its value as his true rookie, and it's incredibly hard to find in high grades with just 1 PSA 10 and 9 PSA 9s. In August 2022, one of those 9s sold for $3.19 million. But the card that collectors really chase is the 1952 Topps Mickey Mantle number 311. Even though it's not his true rookie, this is still the holy grail of baseball collecting. The 1952 Topps set was a game changer, their first major, large-scale baseball card release. The set revolutionized card design with bright colors, bold player names, and an elevated level of detail that set the standard for everything that followed. Mantle was the best player on the most famous team during the golden era of baseball cards, but what really drives the value is its scarcity. Topps printed their high-number series, cards 311 through 407, late in the season. By the time they were ready, retailers didn't want them. Sales had slowed, and unsold boxes just sat in warehouses until Topps finally gave up and dumped them into the Atlantic Ocean. Today, around 2,500 copies of the Mantle card are thought to exist, but most are in rough condition, badly worn, creased, or poorly centered. Near-perfect examples are almost impossible to find. For example, 1,732 versions of this card have been submitted to PSA, but just 3 have received a PSA 10. In August 2022, an SGC 9.5 copy sold for $12.6 million, making it the most expensive sports card ever sold and the second most expensive piece of sports memorabilia of all time. So that's it for baseball. Over a century of history, and just 9 players and 14 cards make it into the $1 million club. Football cards don't have the 100-year history of baseball, but when it comes to modern grails, the NFL holds its own. But it's an exclusive club. Just 4 quarterbacks make the list. Let's start with Justin Herbert, who surprisingly has $2 million cards. First up, the 2020 Panini Prizm Black Finite 1-of-1 rookie. Panini Prizm is one of the most popular and collected sets in the sport, and the Black Finite Parallel is the rarest of them all, being a 1-of-1. No autograph, no patch, just pure rarity and a high grade. It sold in 2021 for $1.1 million. Next up, his most important card, the 2020 Panini National Treasures NFL Shield Rookie Patch Autograph 1-of-1. The Shield is the single most coveted patch in the sport, and this one comes with a clean on-card auto and a BGS 8.5 grade. It sold for $1.8 million in 2022. These sales show the crazy hype for Justin Herbert cards during his first few years in the league. Next up, Joe Burrow's version of this card, the 2020 Panini National Treasures NFL Shield Rookie Patch Auto 1-of-1. This is Burrow's ultimate grail. It has everything: a clean BGS 9.5 grade, an on-card auto, and the ultra-rare NFL Shield patch pulled straight from his rookie jersey. With Burrow's early Super Bowl run, the timing was perfect. In May 2022, this sold for $1.7 million. Now we get to the GOAT, Tom Brady, and his 2000 Playoff Contenders Championship rookie ticket autograph numbered to 100. This is Brady's most iconic card. The championship ticket parallel is the holy grail of all his rookie issues. You may be wondering why this is his most valuable card when it's numbered to 100. It's because there simply weren't rarer rookie cards available at the time. This was as good as it gets. Various versions of the card have sold for over $1 million 7 times, but the most valuable was this one, number 8, graded a BGS 9 with a perfect 10 autograph. It sold in 2021 for $3.1 million. To no one's surprise, our final quarterback is Patrick Mahomes. First up is his 2017 Panini National Treasures Holo Gold Rookie Patch Auto, numbered 3 out of 10. It's not a one-of-one, but with just 10 copies in existence and a near-perfect BGS 9.5 grade, it's elite. Game-used jersey, on-card signature, rookie year. Pair that with someone of Patrick Mahomes' caliber and you've got yourself $1 million card. And finally, the most expensive football card ever sold. The 2017 Panini National Treasures Patrick Mahomes NFL Shield Rookie Patch Autograph 1/1. This is it. Forever Mahomes' most important card, a 1/1 from his rookie year featuring the NFL Shield patch and a clean on-card autograph. It was graded a BGS 8.5, not bad for a patch-heavy card. At the peak of the Mahomes hype in 2021, this card sold for $4.3 million. And that's all we have for football. Just 4 players and 6 cards make it into our $1 million club. Let's cool things down with the greatest ice hockey player of all time, Wayne Gretzky, and his 1979 OPC rookie card. Gretzky's legacy as the greatest ice hockey player ever is unquestioned. Winning 4 Stanley Cups, 9 MVPs, and is the only player to have his number retired across the entire league. The OPC version was printed in Canada on thinner, more fragile stock than its Topps counterpart, which makes high-grade copies extremely rare. There are only 2 known PSA 10 copies of this card. One of those sold for $3.75 million in 2021. The only other PSA 10 had previously set the record for the most expensive hockey card, having sold for $1.29 million just 5 months earlier. The Topps version of the card has also crossed the $1 million mark, but in hockey, nothing tops the OPC Gretzky. Now let's talk soccer, and the one player that has broken the $1 million barrier, Pelé, and his 1958 Ali Fabalajit rookie card. Pelé was the first true global soccer superstar, and this is his most iconic piece of cardboard. It was released the same year he led Brazil to their first World Cup victory at just 17 years old. The card itself is fragile and condition sensitive. High-grade examples are incredibly rare. Only 6 Pelé rookies have ever received a PSA 9, and no card has ever achieved a PSA 10. In 2022, one of those 9s sold for $1.3 million. Now let's round things off with basketball, a sport that has some of the most valuable and most visually appealing cards ever produced. Let's start with Kobe Bryant, who has 4 cards in the $1 million club. First up is the 2003 to 2004 Upper Deck Ultimate Logo Signature card. Logo Man autograph cards represent the peak of basketball collecting, so this is one of the most sought-after Kobe cards ever made. An ultra-premium 1/1 card that features a game-used NBA Logo Man patch and a bold on-card autograph. Its whereabouts were unknown for almost 2 decades, until it was submitted to PSA in 2022. That same year, it sold for $1.58 million. And then there's my personal favorite, the 1997 Metal Universe Precious Metal Gems Emerald Kobe Bryant. The contrast of Kobe's yellow Lakers jersey against the emerald green background is a thing of beauty. The PMG green cards are limited to just 10 copies and are among the most coveted in the entire hobby among high-end collectors. So it was no surprise when the highest graded copy, a BGS 8.5, sold in 2022 for $2 million. Next up, we've got one of the most sought-after Kobe rookie cards, the 1996 to 1997 Topps Chrome Refractor. This card is absolutely stunning, although not especially rare, but this is a BGS Black Label 10, one of just two in the world. In 2021, it sold for $1.75 million. Now to the Greek freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo. First up is his 2013 to 2014 Panini Prizm Black Mosaic rookie card. This is a true one of one. From one of the most popular modern sets, no patch, no autograph, just pure rarity and the power of the Prizm brand. It sold in 2020 for over $1.1 million. But Giannis's most important card is the 2013 to 2014 Panini National Treasures Logo Man Rookie Patch Autograph. This is the ultimate Giannis card. A true one-of-one featuring a game-used NBA Logo Man patch from his rookie season and a bold on-card autograph. In 2021, it sold for $1.85 million, making it the most expensive basketball card ever at the time, although that record wouldn't stand for long. No surprises here, LeBron James has multiple cards in the $1 million club. Let's start with his 2004 to 2005 Upper Deck Ultimate Signatures Logos card. This is a true one-of-one with a massive Logo Man patch and an on-card signature from his sophomore season. Plus, it was graded a PSA 10. In 2021, it sold for close to $1.3 million. In 2020, Panini came up with the idea for what ended up being the single most sought after and single most talked about trading card they'd ever produce. Everyone in the world was looking for the LeBron James Triple Logo Man. It features a game-used Logo Man patch from the Cavs, the Heat, and the Lakers. It's a modern grail and a true showcase piece. The hype for this card was insane. Everyone was breaking boxes looking for it. Even Drake got involved. On May 6, 2022, it was finally discovered in a live break by 3 lucky owners.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
It sold a few months later for $2.4 million. Then there's the card that changed modern basketball collecting forever. The 2003 to 2004 Upper Deck Exquisite Collection Rookie Patch Autograph LeBron James. This card introduced the modern era of ultra-premium cards, limited print runs, game-worn patches, on-card autographs, and massive price tags. In 2003, no one was charging $100 per pack, let alone $500 per pack. But that's exactly what Upper Deck did with the Exquisite Collection. And it's understandable when cards like this are inside. A LeBron rookie card numbered to just 99, featuring a game-worn patch from his rookie year as well as a bold on-card autograph. A BGS 8.5 copy sold in March 2021 for almost $2.5 million. But that's not the LeBron Grail card. Upper Deck took it even further with a parallel version of the RPA. And the cards were numbered to the uniform number, so his is numbered to just 23. This has become the most iconic and sought-after card in all of basketball. Think about it. The debut of the greatest card set of all time combined with the greatest player to appear on a modern trading card as a rookie. A BGS 9 copy of this card sold for $5.2 million in 2021. Now let's take it way back with the 1961 to 1962 Fleer Wilt Chamberlain rookie card. This piece of history sat in a grocery store closet in Crosby, Minnesota for more than 60 years before being found by someone who knew its value. It was sent to grading, where it received a perfect 10 from SGC. It was later crossed over to PSA, where it received a 10 as well, making it only the 4th PSA 10 of this card in the world. In 2024, it was sold for $1.7 million in a private deal, making it the most expensive pre-1980s basketball card ever. The next member of the $1 Million Club might surprise you. It's Anthony Davis and his 2012 to 2013 Panini National Treasures Rookie Logo Man Autograph 1 of 1. This is his ultimate card. In 2021, it sold for just over $1 million, which at the time set a record for the most expensive basketball rookie card. Considering how AD's career has gone since, the buyer might not be too thrilled about that price today. Now it's time for Michael Jordan, who has $3 million cards. Let's start with probably the most iconic basketball card ever made, the 1986 Fleer Michael Jordan rookie. But this isn't just a regular high-grade version of the card. This one was signed by the man himself, number 21 of 23. In 2022, it sold for exactly $1 million. Next is the 1997 Upper Deck game jersey autograph Michael Jordan. This card changed everything. The first pack-issued game-worn jersey autograph card ever made. It features a patch from Jordan's 1992 NBA All-Star jersey alongside a bold on-card signature. It was numbered to just 23, and in 2021, one of them sold for $2.7 million. But MJ's most expensive card is the 2003 Upper Deck Ultimate Collection signed Logo Man 1 of 1. This was the first Jordan Logo Man ever produced. It features a patch taken from a game-worn Bulls jersey and a PSA 10 signature. So no one was surprised when this card sold for $2.9 million at auction. Now back to the modern NBA, for Luka Doncic. The 2018 Panini National Treasures 1 of 1 Logo Man autograph is Luka's ultimate grail. The hype for this card was insane, with Luka torching the league during his first few seasons. It's a true 1 of 1, featuring a game-used NBA Logo Man patch and a bold on-card signature. In 2021, it sold for $4.6 million, briefly becoming the most expensive basketball card ever. The final inductee to the $1 Million Club is Steph Curry. First up is his 2009 to 2010 Panini National Treasures Century rookie patch autograph, numbered to 5. It's one of Curry's most important rookie cards, featuring a beautiful patch, a clean signature, and incredible eye appeal. In 2022, this card sold for almost $1.1 million. Panini took it even further, creating a 1 of 1 parallel of this card, adding a game-used Logo Man patch from his rookie year to the mix. In 2021, it sold for $5.9 million, becoming the most expensive basketball card ever sold, and briefly, the most expensive sports card. Our final basketball card brings 3 icons of the game together. It's the 2006 to 2007 Upper Deck Exquisite All-NBA Access Triple Logo Man. This has to be one of the greatest trading cards ever produced. A genuine 1 of 1 featuring Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and Kobe Bryant, all together on the same card with a game-worn Logo Man patch from each of these legends. The holy trinity of modern basketball. This piece of history sold in 2022 for $1.68 million. Part of me is surprised it didn't sell for more. So that's it for basketball. Just 8 players and 18 cards make the list, which brings us to a grand total of 23 athletes, 41 cards across all sports. That's it. Hundreds of thousands of players, millions of cards, and only these select few have broken the $1 million barrier.